With me now to explain just how we got to where we are, heading for fourth elections in March, is Aviv Bushinsky, journalist and former chief of staff at the Prime Minister's office under Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, Aviv, thanks so much for being with us. What happened? Why did this bill blow up? Why did the Likud and the blue and white MKs kill this deal?
I think it was some kind of a brickmanship battle, or rather, if I can say as an Israeli, it was a real poker game that both sides, the blue and white and the Likud party, played, hoping that one side will bend down and compromise. Netanyahu wanted to secure his rotation and to make some amendments in the judicial system on the one side, and on the other side, Benny Gantz and his party wanted Netanyahu to fulfill the original agreement in which in a year from now he becomes the prime minister. I think that one thing both sides, though we had the negotiations and trying to revise the agreement, I think that both sides didn't take into consideration one fact, that they lost the chips of the game. In other words, a few members in the blue and white party lost confidence in their leader and decided to defect. And in such case, Benny Gantz could not move on, trying to make a new agreement with Netanyahu, taking into consideration that Netanyahu is not that trustworthy politician as we have seen in the last year.
Okay, so in your opinion, was the Knesset dissolving inevitable?
Yes, actually, since they didn't manage to extend the artificial life of the Knesset yesterday, and this legislation failed. So yes, it is inevitable. Technically, it will come into being at midnight, but both sides understood that it's a dead end. They reach a dead end, and we're going for another cycle of elections, the fourth round, due to be held on March 23rd, 2021.
All right, now we've heard a lot about Justice Minister Nissan Cohen. Can you break down the controversy surrounding him?
It's a strange element because Benny Gantz did something that there was no precedence in the Israeli politics. He came literally, in terms of politics, he came from nowhere, just landed into the political arena from being a former chief of staff to a real leader. And in one cycle of elections, even got more votes than the leading party, than the Likud. He managed to arrange a huge number of figures around him, a few other former chief of staffs, and also Nissan Cohen, who was the leader of the Union Labor organization. But once Netanyahu started to take apart the things that he was in charge on, Nissan Cohen said, I'm against it, I disagree with it. And I think that Nissan Cohen became so strong in the blue and white party, mainly because they all realized that Benny Gantz apparently became a weak politician. So when the leader is weak, all the others can start nagging and hitting their leader. And I think that the fact that they have this disagreements, Nissan Cohen and Benny Gantz and others within the party, most likely that this party will not survive another round of elections. In other words, my assumption is that blue and white will dissolve and we won't see this party any longer.
All right, Aviv Bushinsky, thank you so much.